There is a moment that many people never talk about. A quiet, almost invisible moment when you realize your body is no longer responding the way it used to. It might happen when you try to stand up and feel a sudden stiffness in your knees, or when you reach for something and your balance feels just slightly off. Maybe it's when you forget a simple word in the middle of a sentence, and for a split second, a strange fear creeps in. You brush it off, of course. You tell yourself, it's just age. But deep down, something doesn't feel right. Because this isn't just about getting older. It's about slowly losing control. And that's what truly scares people. Not wrinkles, not gray hair, but the idea of becoming dependent, of needing help for things that once felt effortless. Now here's something that may surprise you, and I want you to listen very carefully. Around the world, there are people in their 70s, 80s, even past 90 who don't feel this decline the same way. They wake up, walk with confidence, move freely, and live their daily lives without constantly worrying about falling, forgetting, or fading. And no, they are not superhuman. They are not spending hours in gyms. They are not following extreme diets or taking dozens of supplements. In fact, when researchers closely observed some of the healthiest aging populations, what they found was almost unbelievable. The secret was not in doing more, but in doing something different, something so simple that most people overlook it completely. These individuals were practicing a few small daily movements so gentle, so natural, that they didn't even think of them as exercise. But here's the shocking part. These tiny habits were quietly protecting their joints, strengthening their brains, improving their balance, and preserving their independence year after year. And if you're over 50, feeling stiffness, slower reflexes, or even a slight loss of confidence in your movement, this could change everything for you. Because what I'm about to share isn't a workout plan. It's not something that will exhaust you or overwhelm you. It's something your body already understands, something it remembers, even if you've forgotten. But before we go deeper, let me ask you something important. Have you ever felt like your body is becoming unfamiliar to you? Like you're living in it, but not fully in control of it anymore? If the answer is yes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck this way. Because the truth is, your body hasn't given up on you. It's simply waiting for the right signals to wake back up. And those signals come from movement. Not intense movement, not painful effort, but the kind of movement that reconnects you to your body again. Now here's where it gets really interesting, because the first habit I want to share with you may seem so ordinary, so basic, that you might be tempted to ignore it. But don't, because this one simple shift could begin to restore something most people lose without even realizing it: the deep connection between your body and your brain. Think about the last time you walked. Not rushed from one place to another, not distracted by your phone, but truly walked. Felt your steps, noticed your breathing, allowed your body to move with awareness. For most people, it's been a long time. Walking has become automatic, mechanical, something we do without thinking. But here's the problem. When movement becomes unconscious, your body stops learning from it. And when your body stops learning, it starts declining. Balance weakens, coordination fades, muscles stop activating the way they should, and slowly, almost silently, your confidence begins to disappear. But when you change the way you walk, when you slow it down intentionally, something powerful begins to happen. Your feet start to fully connect with the ground again. Small, stabilizing muscles, the ones responsible for keeping you steady, begin to activate. Your breathing naturally becomes deeper, more controlled. Your nervous system shifts out of stress mode and into a calmer, more balanced state. And your brain? Your brain starts receiving clearer signals from your body. This is what helps rebuild coordination and awareness. This is what reduces the risk of falls. This is what restores that feeling of being in control again. Now let me ask you something. How often do you feel rushed when you walk? How often are you thinking about something else instead of being present in your movement? This matters more than you think, because every rushed step is a missed opportunity to strengthen your body. But every slow, intentional step becomes a form of healing. And here's the most beautiful part. You don't need to walk for hours. You don't need perfect conditions. Even a few minutes a day can begin to create change. It might feel unusual at first, maybe even uncomfortable, but that discomfort is not a bad sign. It's a sign that your body is waking up again. And this is just the beginning, because what you're about to discover next might surprise you even more. It's something millions of people have been doing for decades. Something so simple, it takes just a few minutes. Yet it has helped maintain flexibility, reduce pain, and keep the body moving freely, even in advanced age. And the best part? You can do it right where you are, without any equipment, without any preparation. But before I reveal it, there's something important you need to understand. Aging is not just about time passing. It's about how your body adapts, or stops adapting, to movement. And most people unknowingly fall into patterns that accelerate this decline. They sit more.
They move less. They avoid discomfort. And slowly, their world becomes smaller. But what if you could reverse that pattern? What if you could gently retrain your body to move with ease again? That's exactly what these next habits are designed to do. And the second one might be the easiest place to start, but also one of the most powerful if done consistently. Now imagine this. You wake up in the morning, your body feels slightly stiff, maybe your back is tight, your shoulders feel heavy, and you take a few cautious steps as your joints slowly warm up. For many people, this has become normal. But what if it didn't have to be? What if there was a simple way to gently wake up your entire body within minutes, without strain, without effort, without forcing anything? There is a quiet routine practiced daily by millions of older adults that does exactly that. It's not intense. It's not complicated. In fact, if you saw it, you might even think, that's too easy to make a difference. But that's exactly why it works. Because it doesn't fight your body, it works with it. The movements are smooth, continuous, almost rhythmic. Arms lifting and circling, body bending gently side to side. Small, coordinated motions that flow from one to another without stopping. There's no pressure to perform, no need to push beyond your limits, just a gentle invitation for your body to move. And here's what happens when you do this regularly. Your joints begin to feel less stiff. That heavy sensation in your body starts to fade. Your range of motion improves, often without you even noticing it at first. And something very important begins to happen inside your joints. A natural fluid that keeps them moving smoothly starts to circulate again. Without this fluid, joints become dry, stiff, and painful over time. But with gentle, consistent movement, you help your body maintain its own natural lubrication system. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever avoided movement because you felt stiff or uncomfortable? Most people do. They think rest will help. But in many cases, too much rest actually makes stiffness worse. The body needs movement, not intense movement, but consistent, gentle motion to stay healthy. And that's what makes this kind of routine so powerful. It meets your body exactly where it is. If you're feeling tight, it loosens you. If you're feeling weak, it gently strengthens you. If you're feeling disconnected from your body, it brings you back. And here's something else most people don't realize. When you move your body in this smooth, continuous way, you're not just helping your muscles and joints. You're also stimulating your brain. Coordination improves. Reaction time becomes sharper. Your body and mind start working together more efficiently again. And that's one of the keys to aging well. Not just staying physically capable, but staying mentally sharp and aware. Now you might be wondering, can something this simple really make a difference? And the answer is yes, but only if it becomes part of your daily life, not something you do once and forget.
Not something you try for a week and stop, but something you return to, gently, consistently, without pressure. Because the truth is, your body responds more to consistency than intensity. Small actions repeated daily create lasting change. And this brings us to something very important. The biggest mistake many people make after 50. They think they need to do more. More exercise, more effort, more intensity. But often, that approach leads to frustration, pain, or even injury. And then they stop moving altogether. But what if the answer isn't doing more, but doing things differently? What if the key to staying strong, balanced, and independent isn't about pushing your body harder, but about moving it smarter?
Because the next habit I'm going to share with you might completely change the way you think about strength, flexibility, and independence. It's something most people have lost without even realizing it. And once it's gone, daily life becomes harder in ways you don't expect. But the good news? It can be rebuilt, slowly, safely, and at your own pace. And when you regain it, something incredible happens. Everyday movements that once felt difficult start to feel natural again. And that feeling, the feeling of ease, of confidence, of control, is what allows you to truly live your life, not just get through it. There is a point in life that no one prepares you for. Not when you're young, not even when you're middle-aged. It's the moment when ordinary movements begin to feel uncertain. Not impossible, just uncertain. You hesitate before stepping down a curb. You instinctively reach for support when standing on one leg. You avoid sitting on the floor, not because you don't want to, but because somewhere deep inside, you're not sure you could get back up easily. And that quiet hesitation, that is where independence slowly begins to slip away. Not all at once, not dramatically, but little by little, in ways so subtle that most people don't even notice until it becomes a real problem. But here's something important you need to understand. Your body was designed to maintain balance, coordination, and strength for much longer than most people experience today. The reason it doesn't isn't simply age, it's disuse. It's the gradual loss of certain movements that once kept your body fully capable. And one of the most powerful of those movements, the one that directly determines how safe, steady, and confident you feel every day, is something so simple, it almost sounds too basic to matter. Standing on one leg. Now, before you dismiss this, I want you to try something. Right now, if it's safe for you, stand near a wall or a chair and gently lift one foot off the ground, just a few inches. Notice what happens. Your body immediately begins making tiny adjustments. Your ankle shifts, your core tightens, your hips stabilize, and your brain? Your brain becomes highly alert. It's coordinating dozens of small corrections every second to keep you upright. This is not just balance. This is your entire system working together, muscles, joints, nerves, and brain, communicating in real time. And here's the part most people don't realize. This ability doesn't just decline because of age. It declines because it's no longer being practiced. We spend most of our day sitting, standing evenly on both feet, or moving in predictable patterns. Rarely do we challenge our balance in a controlled, safe way. And as a result, the systems responsible for keeping us steady begin to weaken. That's when falls become more likely. That's when confidence disappears. That's when simple movements start to feel risky. But when you reintroduce this one simple habit, standing on one leg, even for a few seconds at a time, you begin to rebuild that lost connection. Your muscles wake up. Your coordination improves. Your brain strengthens its ability to respond quickly to changes in position. And over time, something incredible happens. You stop feeling fragile. You start feeling capable again. Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly tested your balance?
Not in a risky way, but in a safe, controlled way that actually helps your body improve. Most people don't. They avoid it. They play it safe. But ironically, avoiding balance challenges is what makes you less stable in the long run. The key is not to avoid movement. It's to practice it safely. Start small, a few seconds at a time. Use support if needed. There is no rush. There is no competition. This is about reconnecting with your body at your own pace.
And here's something that might surprise you. As your balance improves, you may notice changes beyond just physical stability. Your confidence increases, your posture improves, even your thinking can feel sharper. Because balance is not just physical, it's neurological. It engages parts of your brain that are essential for coordination, awareness, and reaction. Strengthening these areas has benefits that go far beyond standing on one leg. And this brings us to something even more important. Something that quietly determines whether a person can continue living independently or begins to rely on others. It's not how much weight you can lift. It's not how fast you can walk. It's something much simpler. Your ability to move down to the floor and back up again. Now think about this honestly. Could you sit down on the floor right now and stand back up without using your hands? If that question makes you uncomfortable, you're not alone. Many people avoid the floor altogether as they get older. They choose chairs, beds, anything that eliminates the need to lower themselves down. And while that may feel easier in the moment, it slowly removes one of the most important functional movements your body needs to stay independent. Because getting down to the floor and back up again requires strength, coordination, flexibility, and balance, all working together. It's a full-body movement. And when you stop doing it, those abilities begin to fade. But here's the good news. This is something you can rebuild. Slowly, safely, step by step. You don't have to start by sitting fully on the floor. You can begin with a low chair or a supported kneeling position. Use your hands if needed. There is no shame in that. The goal is not perfection, it's progress. Each time you practice, you are teaching your body something valuable. You are reminding it how to coordinate movement, how to engage muscles, how to maintain control. And over time, what once felt difficult begins to feel possible again. And that feeling, that sense of, I can do this, is incredibly powerful. Because independence is not just about physical ability. It's about confidence. It's about knowing that you can rely on your body when you need it most. And when you rebuild that trust, everything changes. You move more freely, you worry less, you begin to live your life again instead of limiting it. But here's something even deeper, something that most people overlook completely. These movements we're talking about, they're not just exercises. They're signals. Signals to your body that say, stay strong, stay capable, stay ready. And your body listens. It adapts. It responds. No matter your age, no matter your starting point, your body still has the ability to improve. It just needs the right kind of input. And that brings us to the final habit, the one that might seem the simplest of all, yet has one of the most profound effects on your body and mind. Now imagine this. You're holding something as simple as a towel in your hands. Nothing special, something you use every day without thinking. But instead of using it the usual way, you hold it firmly, stretch it gently between your hands, and begin to rotate your upper body slowly from side to side. It feels easy, almost too easy, and yet within seconds, something begins to happen. Muscles in your arms engage. Your shoulders activate. Your core tightens gently to support the movement, and deep inside your body, areas you rarely feel, small stabilizing muscles begin to wake up. These are the muscles that protect your spine, support your posture, and help you move with control. Most traditional exercises don't target them effectively, especially as we get older. But this simple movement does. And here's where it becomes even more interesting.
As you twist gently from one side to the other, your brain becomes actively involved. It's coordinating the movement, maintaining balance, and processing spatial awareness all at once. Both sides of your brain are working together. This kind of cross-body coordination is incredibly important for maintaining cognitive function as you age. It helps keep your mind sharp, your reactions quick, and your movements controlled. Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you did a movement that felt both physical and mental at the same time? Most people separate the two. They think of exercise as something for the body and mental sharpness as something completely different. But in reality, the two are deeply connected, and when you engage them together, the results can be powerful. This simple twisting movement does exactly that. It strengthens your body while stimulating your brain.
It improves your posture while enhancing coordination. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds your body how to move as a connected system, not just isolated parts. Now here's the part that matters most. It doesn't take long. You don't need to dedicate hours. Even a minute or two, done consistently, can begin to create change. And that's a pattern you may be starting to notice by now. None of these habits require extreme effort. None of them demand perfection. They are small, gentle, intentional movements that work with your body instead of against it. And that's the real shift, moving from force to awareness, from pushing your body to listening to it. Because aging well is not about fighting time. It's about adapting wisely. It's about understanding what your body truly needs and giving it that consistently. Now let's pause for a moment and look at the bigger picture. What you've seen here is not a workout routine. It's not a trend. It's not something that will disappear in a few months. These are foundational movements, things your body was designed to do. Walking with awareness, moving your joints gently every day, maintaining balance, getting up and down from the floor, engaging your body and mind together. These are the building blocks of independence. And when you lose them, life becomes smaller. But when you maintain them or rebuild them, life opens up again. You move with confidence. You trust your body. You stop worrying about every step, every movement, every small challenge. And that freedom, that sense of ease, is what allows you to truly enjoy your life, not just manage it. Now here's something I want you to remember. You don't need to change everything at once. In fact, trying to do too much too quickly often leads to frustration. Instead, start small. Choose one movement, just one. Practice it daily. Give your body time to adapt. Notice how it feels. Notice the small improvements. And then, when you're ready, add another. This is how real, lasting change happens, not through intensity, but through consistency. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Your body has carried you through every stage of your life. It has adapted, healed, and supported you more times than you can count. It deserves care, not criticism. It deserves patience, not pressure. And the moment you begin to treat it that way, something shifts. You stop seeing aging as a decline and start seeing it as a process you can influence, a process you can guide, a process you can improve, one small step at a time. So wherever you are right now, whether you feel strong or stiff or somewhere in between, know this. It is not too late. Your body is still listening. It is still capable of change. And the choices you make today, even the smallest ones, can shape how you move, feel, and live in the years ahead. Start with one movement, 1 minute, one decision, and let that be the beginning of something better.